Welcome to the Raw and Real of Real Estate podcast, powered by LPT Realty, Real Estate Reimagined, with your host, the one and only Betsy Tinnervin. On this podcast, we bring you people who share their personal journeys in life, business, and of course, real estate. Get motivated, inspired, and priceless information from entrepreneurs, community leaders, and realtors who are thriving. Now let's get raw and real. Here's Betsy.
Welcome back to the LPT All-Star Radio Show. I am your host, Betsy Tinnervin, with the Tampa Bay Investments team and LPT Realty. Today, we have a live tribe in our studio with the Lux Group. They are all extremely talented women of power in the real estate game. So if you are listening today, you are going to be privileged to hear some brand new agents talk about their journey and their team, as well as a seasoned agent talk about what she's done over the past 7 years. So without further ado, I am going to introduce them. I have Miss Josie Castillo. How are you, Josie?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
So happy that you are here. I have really gotten to know Yvonne Reyes, the leader of your group, and she's kind of become like a friend of mine. So I'm excited to really dive deep with you guys on the raw and the real. We get pretty raw on this show, Josie. Are you ready for this?
I love it. I'm all about it.
Okay, perfect. I'm so excited that I have Miss Annie Wright in the house today. How are you, Annie?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good. I'm so excited to talk to you just as a seasoned agent to seasoned agent today, just about making the switch into LPT and kind of what your plans are for 2023. So I look forward to later in the segment diving deep with what all your tips and tricks for 2023 are going to be.
Oh, yes. I'm excited too.
And I have Miss Sasha Veres. Did I do that right, Miss Sasha?
Yes, you did.
I'm trying to sound, as cool as Hispanic and Latino people sound. But at the end of the day, when you see me in person, they're like, nah, man, that's a white girl for real. So how are you, Miss Sasha?
I am doing great. How are you?
Good. I'm so excited to have you here. I know that you and me and Josie are not missing the cold, as I'm originally from Chicago. And I hear that both of you are originally from the New York, Providence area.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
So how cold is it for your friends back home right now?
Oof, it's freezing for them.
I think the other day, one of my friends back in Chicago said it was like 36 degrees. And I was like, man, I'm good with my Christmas tree with the palm trees up. So basically, all of you guys are a part of the Lux Group. And so I'm just kind of bouncing around a little bit. For all the listeners out there, obviously, we want to thank Robert Palmer and LPT Realty for making this happen. We have a huge network and ecosystem where all of these agents are allowed to work together outside of their teams and create like individualized networks. And it's really amazing to see how people view all of the 255,000 agents in Florida as competitors, when really what LPT has done is created a culture where we can actually work together and not view each other as competition. So I want to ask you guys a couple things, especially the newer agents, Miss Josie and Miss Sasha, just about why you joined a team, what you kind of think the culture and vibe is of the Lux Group. And I really want to portray what that is. So I'll start with you, Miss Sasha, and just why your first brokerage, why LPT, why Yvonne, why the Lux Group?
Well, the reason I joined LPT was when Yvonne sent me the video of the brokerage, I fell in love. I had chills all over my body.
The Robert Palmer video?
Yes. I was like, yeah, this is where I belong. This is it. And Yvonne was actually one of my first friends that I've met here when I moved to Tampa.
I love that.
Yeah. And I told her about it right away. I was like, listen, I want to get into real estate because it's something that God had for me since my early 20s, but I just never pursued it. And, Yvonne and me, I seen her doing it, and I just love the way she works and who she is. She's amazing. So that's why I'm here.
I love that. And I agree. I think the Robert Palmer video is just who he is. And it really represents kind of finding your purpose in this business. I mean, he has found his place in the mortgage industry, now in the real estate industry, in providing realtors tools. And he's worked through all of those platforms and basically has fully taken a company from start to finish and publicly traded it. So I would also love for our listeners to know that we are the fastest growing brokerage in the country. And we have basically done in almost a year and a half what it took eXp Realty 7 years to do. So glad that that you're with us, Sasha. I love that.
Same.
I'm actually going to turn over to you, Josie, now, and just talk about why the team environment. So as a new agent, you have a choice to come into a brokerage as a single agent or basically be on the team. So why pick a team, and what's so great about the Lux Group?
Ooh, I love this question. Okay, so I've actually tried to do it on my own, and I was ready to almost give it up, to be honest, because, you know, when I met Yvonne actually through Sasha, it was just really divine. And she was like, girl, don't give up, join the team, like told me about LPT. I fell in love. It felt right. I mean, these women love God just as much as I do. And I was like, it immediately just felt amazing. And my experience so far has been absolutely amazing. It's a huge difference to try to do something on your own and not have a team. And I'm just seeing that a team effort is so much more powerful. I mean, you have women supporting you, other agents supporting you. It's just been amazing. Like, I can't believe I tried not to do it.
Yeah,
on my
why
own.
do you think that it didn't work as a single agent versus a team? Like something specific, just tell everybody out there.
Okay, so one, mentorship is very important. To have a group effort. I mean, connections, relationships. I mean, it's just it's been a whole different experience. On your own, you really are on your own.
I know, it's like lone man standing, right?
Yeah, it really is. Just having other people motivated to go with you and call you, and we're having meetings together. On Friday, we're doing like a vision board group meeting, and it's just stuff like that to see these women just doing amazing stuff in the real estate game and with LPT and their excitement for it.
I think it's also awesome that like no idea is really original in the world today. So
Right.
it's like Yvonne has vetted out certain practices and different things that didn't work. And so as a new agent, you can come into a team where she can say, hey, don't do that, pivot left, go right. So I love that. I love being a team lead as well. And I think that she's great at just women empowerment, also getting you guys kind of hyped up, the branding. I love all of it. So Miss Annie, you and I have some similarities because it sounds like over the past 7 years since you've really been doing real estate here that you have kind of bounced around through a couple brokerages. Can you just explain what was the big like yes with LPT, yes with the Lux Group team, why that after kind of trial and error through a couple other brokerages?
Well, I was searching for something like LPT, searching for somebody like Yvonne, because I was doing it on my own for so long. And to do it on your own is very stressful.
For
trying
sure.
to figure it out, trying to see what works, what doesn't work, spending all this money and time. It's better to have a shortcut sometimes, right? And to have somebody that has done it, majority of it all, and being your supporter and being so close to you. She lives up the street from me. Very convenient.
I'm going to start giving out Yvonne's address on the show. She didn't want to do her phone number last week, but I made her, and now I'm going to have to start giving out her address. Everyone send her Christmas cards. Yeah, I agree. So on your other brokerages, you were not on a team?
No, I was
Okay.
never on a team. And I was searching for that because before real estate, I did property management. And
Me too. I knew we were connected in another life.
So I did property management, and the whole factor of working as a team, having your team, has always been a thing for me. So that's what was missing for me, is to be in a team environment, to motivate each other and to keep each other accountable. I mean, I have a hard time being consistent on
Girlfriend, who are you preaching to? Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I think that like when you have other people, it's like if you work a corporate job, right, you have to come in at 8, you clock out at 5. But at the end of the day, when you're a realtor, you're a business owner, and no one says like, oh, Betsy, you didn't get up at 8 a.m. But when you have a team and you have different team events and different team things to like hold you accountable, I think that's amazing. We're definitely going to dive deep with all of these women today. So do come back after the break, because what we're going to do is we're going to dive deep into really purpose, individual stories, and get super raw and real. These ladies have agreed to be really transparent about how they got into real estate, why they got into real estate, and now what they're doing to use LPT and the Lux Group to just become better business owners and really be women of empowerment in the real estate community. So when we return, even if you're not in the real estate business, you're just an entrepreneur, maybe you are a team lead, maybe you're thinking about joining a team, we're going to talk all things accountability. We're going to talk all things raw and real about purpose and just finding your purpose in whatever you choose to do. Again, we want to thank LPT Realty for making this all possible. Also, Yvonne Reyes with the Lux Group for having her agents come in and share their personal stories. You're not going to want to miss this. Please download the iHeartRadio app, pop in your earbuds, whether you're supposed to be at work or not. We hope that you are listening to the show today and you get the true raw and real about entrepreneurship, community of Tampa, just everything that's going on here. We love that LPT Realty can provide this to you. We are going to pay some bills, ladies and gentlemen, and we will catch you after the break.
The best comp plans ever in stock and revenue share, but if we're not closing real estate transactions, all of that is worthless, because ultimately everything starts with a real estate transaction, which starts with a consumer. And so we wanted to arm our agents with the absolute best technology and best marketing tools to do more real estate. And that's, again, I think a big differentiator. I think very few brokerages really sit down and say, how do we provide tools to make sure that our agents can be more productive, sell more real estate, win more listings, win at more listing appointments, help more buyers find that home. And we're very focused on that. And so while we have the best comp plans and the best ways for agents to generate wealth and earn, we also have the best tools, and more importantly, I would say have the best tools to help you be successful in real estate.
Welcome back to the LPT All-Star Radio Show. I am your host, Betsy Tinervin with Tampa Bay Investments, and you're not going to want to believe the powerhouse of female entrepreneurs that are in my studio today. We have 3 agents from the Lux Group. It is Yvonne Reyes' team. She is with LPT Realty. She has been generous enough to allow her agents to share their stories, raw and real of who they are, how they got into real estate, and also what it's like to work together as a team. So I want to make sure that the listeners know that even if you're not in real estate, maybe you are in a real estate ecosystem such as title, lending, etc., inspections, all of the above, 1031 exchange, and you're listening today, we're going to dive deep into just kind of finding your purpose within real estate. Again, this is totally applicable in all other businesses as well. So I am going to turn to Miss Sasha, which I have correct this time. So Miss Sasha, I want to talk a little bit about a couple things because one, I can relate to you. I know that you've been here about 3 years and that you're originally from New York, correct?
Yes. Well, I'm originally from Providence, Rhode Island, but
Okay.
I did live in New York for a while.
Well, and I love that because I'm really from south of Chicago, but
Yeah.
no one here knows my city. So I'm like, yeah, I'm from Chicago. So we'll just claim that you're from New York, right?
I'm from New York.
There you go. Got it. So the thing about, New York and Midwest, especially Chicago, is like people are just so direct, right?
Girl, that's where I learned how to be rough.
Exactly.
Living in New York made me rough for sure.
Exactly. But here it's like they live in this land where there is no real, like, I'm from here. It's this like melting pot of people, which is great because they're a lot nicer than us, right? But they also move at slow motion pace.
Girl, when I go to the doctors and they take forever, or the bank, I'm like, wait, what's going on? You're too slow for me.
And also a restaurant, dude. I think you get water at the beginning, maybe, and then like throughout your whole meal, there's not a refill.
No.
So
Super laid back.
So why Florida? Let's start there.
So my mom and my siblings, we left Rhode Island in our 20s. So they came over here. I left because I didn't like Tampa. It was just like, it wasn't city enough for me. So
Okay.
that's when I decided to move to New York. So when I was in New York, I was like, you know what, let me go back with my family. And that's why I'm here today.
Okay. And you gotta like the weather.
I love the weather. And Tampa's just so beautiful and peaceful. I love it.
So basically, I heard you say in segment 1 that you decided in your early 20s that you wanted to be in real estate. What was that motivation?
So I had a lot of opportunities, but I didn't take them because I didn't believe in myself. I bartended for so many years, so I really I didn't go to college. I didn't have a certain education level. So I thought, I'm not good enough for it. when I moved to Tampa and I started working in the night scene and, I met Yvonne and even my family, they pushed me. They were like, wait, you're better than that. You're smart. You're this. And that's when I started believing in myself. And I'm like, you know what? Me and my sister, we opened up a slingshot business. It's called J&M. And when we did that, I'm like, wait a minute, I could do anything.
I can do it.
I could do anything. So that's when I was like, no, it's time for me to do real estate because I know this is something that God wants for me.
And so you got your real estate license and then you decided to join a team. And obviously you told us in the first segment you fell in love with Robert Palmer's videos and they were touching.
Yes. One thing that I love the most about it is the way how he markets. Marketing is everything. So when I seen that, I was like, wow, this is like a brokerage that they push marketing a lot and everything about the billboards and how it was just everything about it. I was like, this is it. This is great. So that's why I joined it.
I love everything you said. I think that that's amazing. And we will definitely circle back with you on a question that I'm going to go like a little deeper with. I'm going to head over to Miss Josie. How are you?
Good.
I've heard a little bit about you, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So I did a little homework. I did a little powwow with Yvonne. So she gave me all the deets, dude.
Oh, fun.
Like
the deets are the best part.
Okay,
the
okay,
deets
good.
are the best part.
Good.
I embraced the story and the journey.
Good.
Sure.
Everything was good. She only told me 3 deep secrets that she wasn't supposed to tell. Only 3.
Okay.
So I do want to just go back a little bit because I know that you came from the hospitality industry as well. So why real estate?
Ooh, okay. So same with Sasha. I lived in Providence, Rhode Island my whole entire life. Comfort zone. I was in hospitality. And honestly, God just closed those doors for me. And I really didn't know where I was going. I was like, I'm going to Florida. Nothing's holding me here anymore. It was during 2020. And I came down. What drew me to this area was my brother lives in St. Pete.
I love St. Pete.
That's what made me actually stay. And I was like, there is something special about this place. I absolutely love it. He would show me around. He's lived here for 10 years. So he showed me around and I just fell in love. So I was working there and I would have real estate agents come in and my brother and his friends would be like, you should get into real estate. You'd be great. People love you. Like, you're such a personable person. So I got into it. I was like, you know what? Like, it was like I was at ground zero and I was able to start from the beginning, like from the ground up. And I decided to do that one in St. Pete in the Tampa area. I fell in love with it and in real estate. And I just went for it. I signed up like that week to get my license and then learned a lot through the journey.
Yeah. So I think that what's awesome though, that both of you guys said, and that's why I'm kind of going to ping pong back and forth before we get to Miss Annie, is just that really in reality, what people don't understand about the real estate industry is that you can take something like a nightclub, hospitality, even being a server industry, and take all of those skills and then apply them to real estate. And so I do want to kind of turn back to you really quick, Sasha, and ask you how you took, all of that nightlife experience and why that makes you a really good real estate agent.
Well, I was very smart when I did everything. I already knew I was going to get my real estate license one day. So when I went to work with an intention. So it definitely helped me out so much. I worked in the best nightclub, Lit Martini in downtown, and I met so many celebrities, clients, so many great people. And I just, from the beginning, I went in there with an intention to,
you can
meet
build
people.
a database.
Exactly.
Like, I'm here to serve you, but you don't know you about to serve me.
Yes. I went to intention. I made all these great connections. I met all these amazing people, and and it's just great. And also hospitality, you have to be friendly, even though that's my nature. So,
well, and when you sit down and you're paying for a nice meal or you're paying for a nice night out, no matter what it is, nightclub, restaurant, you also want to be treated well. You want a good feeling from your server that they're there to kind of cater to your needs. Mm-hmm. And so to me, with you and Josie, I feel like both of you can bring that now into real estate. And for all the listeners out there, we're going to go into serving without expectation in the third segment. So Miss Annie, I'm not going to give them all the gems because we're going to run out of time, but I do know that you are kind of based out of Riverview, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. And how long have you been in that area?
About 4 years now.
Perfect. And about 7 years in the real estate industry, correct?
Yes.
So why real estate?
Oh man, why not real estate?
I agree. I agree.
I always had an underlying passion for real estate. And it started when I was 18. You know, when you're in high school, it's the go-to thing. Okay, go to college. But I'll say 75% of people don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they want to do.
For sure.
Or anything like
And
that.
student debt is real.
Yes, no, it is. So I didn't go to college. I went to a vocational school for accounting because I didn't know what I wanted to do. But I always had this underlying thing with real estate. So when I decided in my mind that, okay, I'm going to pursue this, I thought I was too young. So when I was paying attention in the market when I was 18, that was 2008, you know, I was like, okay, well, nobody's going to take me serious. So I waited till I was at least 24.
So you did the property management for a while?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. When we come back, we are going to dive deep with Sasha and that property management kind of transfer. What we're also going to talk about is how you take your previous experience, whether it was real estate based, such as property management, or coming from Josie and Sasha, how they were in a totally different industry and they applied it to their new business. Also, I find it phenomenal that we pretty much have 3 boss ladies who in the world, in society, would be considered uneducated, didn't go to college, didn't do these things. They're all successful. They're all on the road to 6-figure incomes, and they're doing that with the Lux Group and LPT Realty. You are not going to want to miss the information provided on how you can become an entrepreneur, how you can win in the real estate game in the next segment. We're going to pay some bills, and we will catch you after the break.
Biggest win, I think, with the dual path and having these 2 models is that now we become a brokerage for everyone. No matter where you are in your real estate career or what your goals are today, maybe today you're not interested in recruiting or having a team, but then one day you wake up and you are. Well, if you're at the wrong brokerage to do that, you're locked in. Where in our model, we're not holding anyone hostage. We're not tying anyone in. You can move between the different comp plans and have that success and really achieve whatever your definition of success is under one brokerage platform, being LPT.
Welcome back to the LPT All-Star Radio Show. I am your host, Betsy Tinervin, and I hope that you've been with me the first 2 segments of today. If not, you have missed out. However, I am happy to announce it is official. The LPT All-Star Radio Show now has a Facebook page. So all of our avid listeners out there, we are launching our YouTube channel. We are launching our Facebook page, and you will be able to now replay. And if you do not replay the 3 boss women that I have in the studio today, you're missing out, because there's no way you can possibly ingest and digest all of the content that they're giving you on this show. I have 3 people in the show today with LPT All Agents. They are on the Lux Group team, owned and operated by Miss Yvonne Reyes. And if you have not looked them up, again, you're doing yourself a disservice. They have so many cool things going on with LPT, great things going on in 2023, which is what this segment is going to be about. What are their plans? What are they doing? And what are they going to do to crush the real estate industry in 2023? But first, I want to head back to you, Miss Sasha, because I kind of had everyone tell their story, go through their piece. So just to recap a little bit, you were going to dive into real estate. Oh, I'm sorry, Annie. God, I can't do this, man. Yvonne is going to kill me. Josie, Annie, and Sasha. And now I'm just going to do JAS, and like whoever I look at has to respond. Okay, it's Annie Wright, friends. Annie Wright has been in the industry 7 years. She is out of Riverview. She wanted to get in the industry at 18, just to recap. Super cool story. Decided not to go to college. Wasn't her jam. So she jumped into the real estate game, but she was kind of like timid, like, can I be an agent? I don't know. So you jumped into property management.
Yes.
And were you doing leasing? Like, what was your deal?
Yes, I started with leasing at age 21.
Okay.
And then I moved up to leasing manager. And then from there, I was with the company, and I loved the company. It was great. But I got my real estate license, and they gave me an ultimatum. It's either
This
leasing
or that.
or that. And I'm like, bye. So I started my career full-time agent, new agent, and started doing my real estate.
And you've been doing it ever since.
Yep.
So you are one of the 5%, my sister, because 5% of agents make it, and you made it. So I want to talk property management because honestly, I think it is the best way to get in the real estate industry. We have about 4,000 units back home, and that's how I got into the industry as well. I think that with property management, and correct me if I'm wrong, you learn the marketing piece because you have to lease the apartments. You learn the maintenance construction side, because you learn about all the stupid things, right? Like dryer vents being clogged, how to fix garbage disposals, the crazy stuff that tenants leave.
Oh my gosh, it's horrible.
It's crazy, right? But that's the full circle of life of a real estate transaction. So what makes you great, Miss Annie? How do you apply all of that knowledge into your real estate transactions today?
Well, one of the things too is just like when people are in their leases and they don't know how to get out their leases, I definitely help them with that.
That is amazing.
So there are loopholes to everything, and there is a loophole for that. That is legal. So
for sure.
But so I do help them with that as well. And then for people that are looking to lease their own properties, I help them with that. I give them advice on how to do that, and how to handle certain situations with tenants. And I think that background, really helped me with real estate.
I agree. I think the full life cycle of a lead is like super critical. I think that's awesome. And I think anybody out there that's listening to that. Now I kind of want to circle back to just 2023. What are the plans? Let's turn to you, Josie, as a new agent. Like, what are you going to do with the Lux Group to crush 2023?
Okay, so for that, I believe that in a team has their strengths, and everyone should, to serve in your strength. So my strength is like social media marketing. So I'm really excited to serve in that way and just use that and leverage that and serve and educate through that, and also help my team to like get better on that. Like, some people don't know how to use social media, or they're just like, I don't know. So I think it's a great way. I've met a lot of, had leads come in or connections come in, and it's a great way to build relationships and show up for people and educate on certain things.
Absolutely. I think that too, what I've realized is I am not a limelight person at all. I'm like, bro, do not take my picture. Do not put me in there. I am happy to promote someone else. But what's crazy is it does a total disservice, right? Yeah. Because people only know what you show and tell them. Mm-hmm. So it's just like listening to your story earlier, how you got into the industry, why you left the hospitality industry, how you like to serve. If you don't put that out on the internet, which we don't really read the pantograph anymore. We don't read the paper. We don't do magazines. You only know what you know, right?
Right. And where is everybody at? Everyone's like on their phone. So to reach people where they're at and speak to them there, and just get your message out, get how you can serve them and add value to their life. Really just,
I really love that. I love that, Miss Josie. We may have to hang out, especially since I know your 3 biggest secrets now. And Miss Sasha.
Yes, ma'am.
I have the names down. So I want to turn to you because you said something in the other segment, and I kind of want to circle back to that. One piece of advice for people out there that think they can't, and whether it is a client that's looking to buy, whether it's a seller looking to sell, or an agent looking to get into real estate, what would you say to them? Because you said that like you didn't believe in yourself, and you really dug deep and you figured that out. You left all of the industry that you knew behind to jump in a new career. Tell the listeners one piece of advice that you would give them.
Put God first. Put God first. He's the one that has given me the strength to get this far. He's the one that's opening up all my doors to be where I'm at.
Absolutely.
And he's amazing. And just put him first and believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. You feel like you're not smart enough? Go take a class. YouTube has everything.
For sure.
And just go out there and work hard, hustle, and everything is possible. Everything is possible with God first.
I love that, because I think that what we kind of all try to do is like spiritually manipulate a little bit. Like we'll pray, but we'll say what we want God to do. And it's like, really, you're supposed to pray and pause and then let God kind of show you like how to be purpose driven. So I love that. And I know that all of your fearless leader, Yvonne, is very purpose driven, and she's constantly doing like self growth and figure out what she wants as a vision in her own life and her team. I think that's super helpful. So Ms. Sasha, give the listeners those digits if they want to connect with you.
Of course. It's 813-495-6166.
And Miss Annie,
Oh, yeah.
can you give them your phone number?
Sure. 813-390-9234.
And Miss Josie.
It is 727-318-2594.
I love this. So really, in everyone out there listening, if you're interested in joining a team in Tampa or LPT Realty, you can reach out to any one of these agents as they just gave out their information. If you're also looking to connect with somebody, maybe need some inspiration, call Sasha, ask her what it was like to jump into a new career. Maybe you're coming out of hospitality and you want to speak to somebody like Josie, who totally switched everything that she was doing to jump into real estate. And then, of course, my property management queen, Miss Annie. I love that background, Annie. And I just want to let you share before the break really quick. Why should someone work with you in the Lux Group? Like, what makes you different?
Well, I always have this question, and I never really know the answer to it. But I did some soul searching last night. And for me, I can't really put into words. I give it with action. And when people work with me, they could feel it. They could feel like the authenticity, and they could feel, the hard work I put in every little thing that I do.
Do you play the song It's a Vibe? Because I feel like working with you is a whole vibe.
It is.
Okay, good. So now you need to add that. After you do your soul searching, the whole time just play the song It's a Vibe. I hope that you guys come back. We have one more segment left with these beautiful ladies who have really just wanted to be on this show to empower people out there. Again, it's Yvonne Reyes' group with the Lux Group. We are blessed and honored that she has shared her beautiful people with us. To all the listeners out there who have asked, how do we re-listen? How do we replay? Please find us on Facebook at the LPT All-Star Radio Facebook page. We are going to link that up with our YouTube channel. And so then approximately a couple days after all these shows, we'll have these lovely ladies' pictures and information and contact info. So if you happen to be driving or you miss something and you want to connect with them, you can replay them on our YouTube and Facebook page. We again want to thank LPT Realty and Robert Palmer himself just for everything that he does for us agents. I mean, literally to have a 100% commission-based plan where you get radio and billboard exposure is unheard of in our industry. Don't forget to download that iHeartRadio app, pop in those earbuds, listen to us. We have one segment left where we're going to bring you critical and crucial industry information in the real estate game. We will catch you after the break. Welcome back to the LPT All-Star Radio Show. I am your host, Betsy Tinervin, with the Tampa Bay Investments Team and LPT Real Estate Reimagined. And if you have not heard of LPT, you are truly missing out. I have three ladies on the show today that will give out their numbers one more time, which is a prime opportunity to contact them if you are looking for a fresh start, growth, finding your purpose in the real estate industry. We are the new fastest growing brokerage in Florida, and now we've expanded out in I don't know how many states. I know we just crushed Texas, and we are absolutely, even though we are lovers and friends, demolishing other brokerages. And I am proud to say that Robert Palmer is truly one of a kind. He offers agents resources that you can't imagine. So we're going to circle back to three amazing people that I have on the show today. I have Yvonne Reyes' group, the Lux Group here. I have Miss Josie, Annie, and Sasha, and they all have found passion and purpose in real estate. It would truly be a disservice to not connect with them. I know that Miss Sasha has told people all about not believing in herself, finding her vision, finding her purpose, and thriving in the real estate game. We also have Annie here, who has an extensive property management background, and she has been in the industry 7 years, just absolutely crushing it. And then we have sweet little Josie, which you might have me fooled, Josie, but I think that you're super sweet. And she came from hospitality and very interesting, also relocated from New York. And she too is just really diving deep into promoting herself on social media, being a great teammate for her team lead and the rest of the ladies on her team. So I'm going to go around one more time and we're going to talk about a couple things. So Sasha, let's talk about being authentic.
Okay.
So basically when you're authentic, you're raw and you're real, you're honest. And what makes you an authentic real estate agent?
What makes me an authentic real estate agent is that I have this hustle in me where I don't give up till I get what I want. So I'm a very hard worker. I am super sweet. And at the same time, I'm strong. So, that's what makes me a great real estate agent. I've been in the game for a month and a half and I got my first 1.75 commercial property.
Girl.
Yes.
And how did you get that lead? How did you get that listing? Tell me about it.
Wow, it was God, but it was me also. I feel like he was attracted to my sweetness and he knew who I was.
Representing the buyer or the seller?
I'm the listing agent.
Oh, you're the listing agent?
I'm the listing agent, yes. So he had a lot of realtors that wanted to list the property for him, but he didn't. He said no to everybody, but he said yes to me. He told me that I had something that he just felt that he could trust me. And that's why he gave me his listing.
I love that.
Yeah.
And is it currently listed?
It's currently listed.
What is the address?
It's at 1661 West Bay Drive, Largo, Florida.
Okay, and tell me a little bit about the property.
So it's a commercial property. It's 3 buildings. It's like a small plaza. And it has tenants in it, so there's income coming in. And, he's asking for 1.75. So if you're interested, just give me a call.
I love that. Throw out your number really quick.
So my number is 813-495-6169.
That's awesome. And so we're going to go over to you, Miss Annie. And I want you to tell everybody, because you have some history in the industry, who was one of your favorite clients to work with, favorite transaction, and just what was so special about that transaction?
Oh, man. Well,
you got to pick one, girl.
Man, there's just so many. Okay. All right.
That's a good problem to have. Because if you would have said there's not, then I would have been like, okay, but you've been in the industry 7 years. So she's had a lot of transactions, people. So she's having a hard time here.
Oh, man. I mean, I think the one has to be my sister.
Okay.
So it was a very emotional roller coaster because she didn't think she was able to purchase. And we got her. Like, I got her there. And
sister, older sister?
She's older than me.
Okay, older, perfect.
She's 4 years older than me. And we were trying to purchase. So I was trying to help her purchase 2 years ago. But, the market was crazy. And then unexpectedly, this property fell on my lap. And it was just meant to be. So to see the tears in her eyes when she finally got the keys, I mean, like, I tear up every time.
I was just going to say to the listeners, she has tears in her eyes. And so you walked her through the pre-approval process, way to purchase.
Oh, that. Yeah.
And this was her first home.
First time. Yeah, first home.
So as a younger sister, being able to kind of mentor your older sister, that had to be really emotionally powerful.
Oh, yes. Yes. I mean, she saw all the hard work that a realtor does, right? I spoke to literally 12 different lenders to get her the rate that she needed and the payment that she wanted, right?
And what's your sister's name?
Diane.
And when did Diane purchase this property?
She closed on her home 2 weeks ago.
So shout out to Diane, first time home buyer, represented by Annie Wright with the Lux Group. Love these stories because that is why we keep going, right, Annie? Like helping one person at a time, believing one person at a time. And it definitely takes me back to you, Sasha, another situation where the Lux Group has been able to serve somebody that didn't believe that they could do it. And now we've empowered them to be a part of home ownership. I love that. Okay, Miss Sweet Josie.
Ready.
So I love the factor that you came, because you do not have family in Florida. They're all back in New York, correct?
Providence, Rhode Island. My brother lives here in St. Pete. That's what brought me to St. Pete.
Was just the brother, though.
Just
everyone
my brother.
else is located.
Rhode Island. And my
Okay.
sister just Cali, but my mom just moved down. We just found her a home in Lakeland.
Oh, so you sold your mom a house?
Yeah.
Has she closed yet?
Yeah, in March. So she's almost been there a year.
Wow. Okay, so you kind of moved down here though, but you took risk.
Oh yeah, I was complete unknown, walking out in faith. So that's something that I've learned how to do, is just walk even when you don't know what's happening, just knowing that it's always works out.
Yeah.
Best case
So
scenario.
you came down here, took risk. We're super vulnerable, man. Like being vulnerable just in what's going to happen. What am I going to do? I don't know. Jumped into the real estate game. Yeah, you had your brother here, but still, it's just totally unknown. And then you are located in Lakeland currently?
Yeah, I'm currently in Lakeland, but I've lived all over, which I love because I've been able to spend time in South Pasadena, or I lived in St. Petersburg, different parts of St. Petersburg, Lakeland, Midtown Tampa. I've lived all over. So I feel I can offer that. I've got to experience the different atmospheres that this area,
and also relocation.
Yeah.
So for all the out of state buyers out there that we have moving from New York, we have moving from Cali, we have all of that stuff. You really can connect with them on a deep level of what it's like to relocate, how to get acclimated, because you've been through the process yourself.
Yeah, multiple times. Yeah, I was hopping around. My first year, I was all over the place. And I loved it because I got to experience all different parts of Florida, from Miami to I was spending a month here and here and here. And it was...
Being a nomad is kind of fun, man.
I had a blast.
Yeah, because I'm definitely going to do it next year, and I'm excited about it. Any final thoughts, Miss Josie, that you want to tell the listeners out there today?
Ooh, okay.
That it's so great how humble you are. I think that honestly, your personality just shows how humble you are. You're really there to serve. I think you mentioned that earlier. So what makes you feel good about serving your clients?
What makes me feel good is that I came from not knowing anything about real estate, and I really wanted to learn where a lot of wealth comes from, and that's through real estate, right? It could be. And I wanted to learn that. And
now you have the opportunity to guide your clients
from A through Z.
Exactly.
If you don't know, you don't know. And I never thought, I didn't even know what a mortgage was. I didn't know anything. So to know nothing to something, I can walk people through that very beginning process of simplifying it to understand for first-time home buyers or someone who doesn't think it's possible for them. So yeah.
Can you please give everyone out there your phone number, Miss Josie?
I can. So my phone number is 727-318-2594.
I've thoroughly enjoyed having you today.
Thank you.
And Miss Annie, can you tell everyone your number, please?
813-390-9234.
And I can't wait to talk property management shop over the next, we'll be an LPT together.
It's always fun. There's always so many
I got
great
some good
stories.
girl.
I got some stories.
Okay. And Miss Sasha.
Yes.
I'm so glad that we are no longer in the colds in Rhode Island or in Chicago. Could you give everyone your phone number?
Sure. It's 813-495-6169.
I have loved having all of you guys on the show today.
Thank you.
It's been amazing.
And you have been great.
Thanks.
We had fun.
I am definitely going to give a shout out to Yvonne Reyes for putting together this great group of women. I think that knows us women are crazy. We're emotional thinkers. It is hard to corral a group of women and get them to get along and empower each other. And I can tell you honestly, being here with the Lux Group today, getting to know them, they truly do love and care about each other. They want everyone to win. So if you're looking to connect with any of them, please give them a call. Again, don't forget to now visit us at the LPT All-Star Radio Show Facebook page, which then will link up to our YouTube page, and you can re-listen to any of these shows. We have enjoyed and appreciate all of our listeners out there. And again, want to thank LPT Realty, and we will catch you on the next show.
Thanks for listening to the Raw and Real of Real Estate podcast, powered by LPT Realty, Real Estate Reimagined. We hope this episode motivated and inspired you. And don't forget to rate and review us. Thanks again for listening to the Raw and Real of Real Estate podcast with Betsy Tinervin.